Well, Graham Michael Freeman, what a great name.
Yes, thank you very much.
Here we are. Now I know, and probably people can't quite see it, but we'll just tip down. You've got a Tasmania shirt on.
Representing Tasmania today.
But we're in Palm Cove.
Yes.
We've been at IMM yesterday. Now, you were the winner for Tasmania, right, of the Best Job in the World campaign.
Best Job in the World, Tourism Australia's.
Tell me about when you applied for it and what you thought might happen, and then we'll talk about what you've been doing since.
I think it's one of those things that's kind of a shot in the dark. There were 612,000 applications, so you kind of put it in, it's like winning the lottery.
Yeah, and you thought,
Didn't
I'll
think
never
too
hear
much.
anymore.
Yeah, no. Then got to top 25, had to get celebrity endorsements and do all that. And then, when I found out I landed it, just had no idea what to expect and just excited to go out and explore. I did.
And did you have any idea what Tasmania or Australia was like at that point? Had you been here?
I had never been to Australia. I knew virtually nothing about Tasmania.
Wow. Yeah.
So it was clean slate and going with fresh eyes for every experience.
But the initial application was not specifically Tasmania, it was just generic, was it?
They had people applying for each state. You could choose the state you wanted.
Yeah.
And I had actually chosen the Northern Territory to start with.
Yeah.
But after they met me, they felt like I would be better suited for Tassie.
You're a Tassie guy.
Yes.
So there you are. You're South African, but you were living in the States at the time?
Yes.
Okay. And you've won this gig, and you were working, I presume?
No, I just finished uni. I took a year to do a backpacking trip around the world.
Brilliant.
And then was thinking about how do I enter the quote-unquote real world.
Yeah.
And this came along.
So you got on a plane?
Yep.
Off you go to Tasmania.
Yes.
Tell me your story.
I left Los Angeles, it was 46 degrees Celsius, nice and hot, and arrived in Tassie, and the first night was -2.
Yeah.
So yeah, complete change, but just incredible landscapes, beautiful, and I was kind of thrown in the deep end right from get-go. They wanted lots of rich content, and there's so much out there, so it was exciting.
Yeah, because you've produced a lot of video content and stuff. You've been using GoPros and the pictures I saw yesterday in the videos and so on. Hopefully we'll put those online with this interview.
Yeah.
Okay. So arrive in Tasmania, it's very cold, right? Beautiful country and so on. What were your sort of first impressions in terms of where you were?
Well, definitely stunning landscapes. I've said that already, but you walk there, you have like snow-capped Mount Wellington in the background, and you're going out there and just really incredible food, rich smells, characters all over. There's some really kooky and quirky characters around the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, and there's so much diversity. What I really loved about Tassie is you can drive for 20 minutes and you feel like you're in a completely different country.
Yeah.
I look through all my photos and it's like looking at my trip around the world because it's this really compact little place, but with a million different things to see.
So a lot of the data you've produced, right, has gone on websites and all sorts of places around the world, okay?
Yes.
What sort of feedback have you been getting? Because you've been managing the feedback as well, haven't you?
So I think that's one of the things which I loved about this experience is it was a real-time narrative. So you push it out through social media and you get those comments right away, and you have people all over the world saying, oh, I had no idea about this in Tassie, or coming back and saying, I've officially booked my ticket to Tassie, can you help me plan it, or I really want to go here, what are your suggestions? We had one lady who, over my 6-month time, booked three trips to come out, and I met with her, and by the end of my 6 months she had moved to Tasmania full time.
I thought you were going to say by the end of 6 months you and her got married or something.
No.
But social media is a bit like that. You become sort of personal friends with these people because they know your name, you know their name, they're exchanging details with you, asking you all sorts of questions about their experiences and what they want to experience, and it becomes quite personal, doesn't it?
Well, and that's the thing, I think social media, so many people think it's just broadcasting, but it's that community and that relationship. It has to be social.
Yeah. Now, if you had to say, which is very hard, this question, okay, in the period you were in Tasmania, what would you say was the high point?
The high point?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a 7-day trip, but it ended up being an 8-day trip rafting the Franklin River, which was the high point. It probably had some of the low points on it as well.
Sure,
It was a complete roller coaster. We were the first people there in 6 months, 100 kilometers down this kind of wild river, but like you're getting to feel that real sense of vulnerability, that real sense of adventure. And
it's very remote, isn't it?
Very, very
Even though
remote.
it's a small island, it's still very remote. So, unbelievable experiences. Your friends in South Africa and your friends in Los Angeles, right? What do they think of all this?
They love it, and I think they love to hate me at the same time as well. They're in law school and med school doing their thing, and I'm getting to go out and do what I love doing. But yeah, everybody wants to come out here. I'm looking at bringing a few people out.
And do you think because you're younger as well? I mean, Tasmania is sort of a, as a domestic destination, tends to be somewhere where older people tend to be interested, It's sort of softish adventure type thing, look at wonderful hills and mountains and all that sort of stuff,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
But in terms of your age group, okay, all of a sudden are you seeing a lot of people thinking, I never thought about Tasmania, maybe I should, because he's having a great time there?
Yeah, and that was one of my goals, because I got out there and I thought some of the same stuff. I thought like, oh yeah, well there's a lot for an older demographic, but they have world-class adventure travel all throughout, so I wanted to showcase that, and it's been great to kind of see people start to see it as that now.
Now, in terms of the impact of what you've been doing on tourism to Tasmania, or what Tasmania Tourism or Tourism Tasmania wanted to achieve, what sort of feedback have you been getting?
Really positive, which is great. Like, it wasn't, I think everything kind of came together a lot more than any of us thought it would. And they're an amazing team, and we've been able to do some really cool stuff, and looking forward to working with them on future projects.
Well, I was going to say, what's next?
That is the big question. Everybody asks that, and right now I've been taken on by Tourism Australia to work with their youth social media marketing.
Lovely.
And then we'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, there are a couple other countries who have touched base, so we'll see.
I'm not surprised.
We'll see what happens, but no, I'm open to kind of continuing the adventure and doing like showcasing.
Australia would be very silly to lose your skills and lose your enthusiasm and your drive and passion for obviously a destination you've become very enamoured with and very sort of in love with, I suppose.
Yeah, it's true. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that.
No, but it comes across in yesterday in your presentations and so on. You know, a lot of people do the vanilla stand up and talk. Yeah, you didn't do that. You showed images, you showed video clips, and we're hoping, as I say, to put some of those on here so people can see it. So look, thank you for your time today. Thank you for getting up early on an early morning after a rather big night.
Yes.
And congratulations and good luck and best wishes with your next adventure.
Thank you, John. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Told me all about the stars and how you'd make it up there one day. I would hum and whistle through, and you would try to get the tune, but you'd never really heard it anyway. You told me about the only one who'd ever really showed you something you had truly never seen before. And up until that very moment, nothing else had seemed important. Everyone a disappointment. So, I've been holding you up so you know that the waves are tied to the shore. I've been holding you up so you roll, just as the waves are tied to the shore. Remember when we were walking time, your hand once gently closed around mine, and everything around us seemed too slow. But I turned around and caught you smiling to yourself, your very own island that someday I would like to go. I've been holding you up so you know that the waves are tied to the shore. I've been holding you up so you roll, just as the waves are tied to the shore. We all move away, we all change. There's a place we all move away, we all change. There's a place we are the same.